Hello, my friend. Welcome to the Church Finance and Minister Tax Podcast. My name is Michelle Brown, and I'm an enrolled agent, church finance consultant, and your guide to simplifying church finances and minister taxes. Each week, we're going to bust some myths, share helpful tips, and tackle the complexities of the IRS and other government regulations as it relates to your church and its employees. Whether you're a church treasurer, leader, or passionate volunteer, I'm here to help you make a positive impact in your corner of the world. So if you're ready, grab your notebook and pen and your favorite beverage, and let's learn something cool today. Let's go. Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I do appreciate it. Since this is Thanksgiving week that this episode will air, thought it would be kind of nice to share something that I am thankful for, which is a really weird one for me. I'm actually thankful for change. And change is not always easy. And I'm going to tell you why. I recently changed some of the software that I'm using in my business. I recently changed some of the processes I'm doing in my business. The biggest one has been QuickBooks. I know y'all have heard my love-hate relationship with Intuit and QuickBooks. I have been using QuickBooks desktop since 1996. And when you say 1996, you're like, oh, well, that's not real long ago. But when you actually look at the counter, girl, it is 28 years ago, which is insane. So for 28 years, I have been using QuickBooks Desktop. I have, as of today, I have officially canceled my desktop renewal, and I just got off the phone with Intuit support, and I have canceled QuickBooks Payroll, which I never ever thought I would use anything other than QuickBooks Payroll. Is QuickBooks Payroll still my favorite and preferred software? Absolutely. It is. But I refuse to work with Intuit anymore. So there you go. So I have spent the last 2 months since October. Yeah. I started in September. So this is the end of November. So yes, the last a little over 2 months. Transitioning all of my payroll clients over to a new payroll processor. The process itself was absolutely horrid. I hated it. I cried. I got sick one night. I was ready to fire every client I had just so I did not have to deal with it anymore. Yes, call me drama queen, just saying. It was, to be honest, it was the most stressful thing that I have done in my business since I opened in 2017. Okay, so it really was a big deal for me. Now, if I had just one client, if I was just one single church that I had to transfer over, I'm sure that it would have been a much smoother process. But I didn't. I moved over all of my clients at the same time. So it was not a pleasant process for me. But, okay, there's always a but. But since I have done that, my payroll processing time has gone down from hours to literally, I can process payroll for every client I have in less than 30 minutes combined. Huge time savings. Huge. Okay. So it's always in the Facebook groups. Who's the best payroll processor? Who's the best software? Who should we use? Yada, yada, yada. Well, you're going to get different answers from everybody. All right. So for me, I chose one that it was actually the only one when I called, instead of saying, yeah, we do churches along with blah, blah, blah. They actually said, we know churches, we understand housing allowance, we understand the uniqueness of ministers. So that was their selling point. That's why I went with them. They promised that onboarding would be quick and simple. It was not. Okay. But again, that could totally be because I was moving over multiple clients at one time instead of just a single church. But their customer service is fantastic. It really is. You can actually pick up a phone and call them, and a real live person will answer you. I found two customer service that totally rock it. I mean, they are just, I called one time, they could tell I was frustrated. I asked a question. They answered the question plus anticipated the next question that I was going to have. Okay, that is customer service, folks. Not just saying yes or no and reading a script or from an unknown company. They just don't know the answer. I got so tired of hearing, well, we don't know how to do that. Well, that's in production. Well, you can send them an idea and they'll consider it. I'm so tired of hearing that. I just want a software that works. So I transferred over all of my payroll clients to a third-party processor. I do still do the payroll administration. So I turn in the hours. I make sure the taxes are paid on time. But everything's automated, and it has just saved me so much time. So change can be good. Change can be good. And so why am I even bothering to tell you this? Oh, I will also tell you that I tried. Oh my goodness, I tried to get away from the QuickBooks regular software. So that for the bookkeeping part of it, for my bookkeeping clients, I tried to go to another program that was, I would say, probably number 2 in the ratings. It did not work for me. Oh my goodness. It was too different. There were too many things that it didn't do that I'm accustomed to doing for my clients. So after a month of, again, frustration, I just said, you know what? I'll just stay with QuickBooks on that one. Okay. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because if you are unhappy with something, it is okay to try something new. All right. If you've got something that's working for you, do more of that. If you've got something that's not working for your church or for your bookkeeping business, don't do that. It's okay to look for somewhere else. It's okay to change softwares. Just because you've always done something a certain way does not mean you have to continue doing it that way if it doesn't work for you. And on the flip side, just because there's something new and different that everybody else is doing, that doesn't mean it may work for you. It's okay to stay with what works for you. Life is too short, people. Goodness gracious, life is too short. There are too many frustrations in this world, and software was created to make our lives easier, not more complicated. So the whole point of this is find what software works for you. Stick with it as long as you can. If you need to make the change, make the change. A lot of softwares will give you a free trial period. It doesn't hurt to look at something else, but don't stay where you are because that's the way you've always done it if it's not working for you. And don't go to something else because everybody else is doing it if what you're already doing is working for you, as long as you're in compliance. Okay, we got to throw that in there. As long as the system you currently have is in compliance with IRS regulations and Department of Labor regulations, and it's giving you the information that you need in an appropriate manner, stick with it, girl. Don't create more work for yourself than you have to. All right, so I'm thankful that, first of all, that these transitions are done. Woo! I do not want to have to do these again. They were not fun because change isn't always fun, but sometimes change is necessary. And this was a necessary change for me because I needed to free up time because I want to do more content creation. I want to do more trainings. I want to do more. I want to continue doing the podcast. I've got something in my mind, something coming up that I'm hoping will work out. That's really excited. I'm hoping to do a quarterly masterclass in 2025 where we're going to do some deep dives into some topics at an affordable price. I'm hoping to do a wonderfully new course next year. I'm looking at maybe next fall before I can get this out. But I've got big plans for a super, super helpful and timely course, in addition to launching again the Intro to Church Finances course. So to wrap up, find things to be thankful for. If something's not working, find something that will make it work. And if something is working, keep doing more of that. Keep doing more of what's working. Get rid of what's not working. I am thankful for you listeners. I am thankful that you show up each week and you listen. I love the emails and the DMs you all send me with questions. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Like I said, some of the topics for the podcast come from those emails and those DMs, those questions that you're giving me. I love it. I love it. So keep in touch with those. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you again. I hope everyone has a wonderful and a safe Thanksgiving. I am looking forward to turkey and dressing. This is my favorite meal of the whole year. And until next time, my friend, let's all strive to make an impact and not just an income. And remember to look your best, do your best, and be your best. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks again for listening to today's episode. If you learned something new or were inspired in any way, please do me a huge omungo favor and leave me a fantastic 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps more people to find the show. And then share this episode with someone who you think it could help. Until next time, my friend, be blessed.